Yeah, what's poppin', guys? Sizzle here. I'm here with the Boo King. His Switch is the one that we're using because my broke ass can't afford one. And we're gonna be taking a look at all the time trial ghosts in the game. I think it's week 1 still, right? Week 1 of all that.
Yeah. Tomorrow will be 1 week since it came out.
So we're taking a look at week 1 ghosts. You know, seeing how they are. Figured it'd be nice to archive this for everyone, and also be pretty cool to see all the different strats. You can see all the different characters people are using, you know, the combos. The meta has not been super optimized yet, I don't think. And let's get things going. I know very little about the mechanics of this game because I haven't been playing it, but King has been playing it, and he's still he's still surprised by some of it.
Yeah. I know how it works and what you can do, but I'm not good at doing it in practice, generally.
Yeah.
But, shocker, Bowser on Bowser's Castle.
Oh man, that's cool. That's cool at the combos, the combo.
Oh, whoa, excuse me? What? He just skipped like the whole level.
Yeah, dude, the craziest part, we looked at like a small handful of ghosts ahead of time. And the craziest part with all this is that most of this is shroomless. I mean, that's a shroomless cut right there. That does not require, like in every other game, that's like a 3 shroom cut. In this game, you can just do that. That's just like a fun little, you know, quirky little mechanic.
So can we talk about how you don't die in the lava in this game? Like it's just there. It's almost like off-road. If you stay in it too long, it does eventually kill you. It works the same way as the Poison Swamp, because I did a little bit of the free roam in the Boo Cinema area. Yeah. And there's Poison Swamp there, works the same way.
Dude,
like, it doesn't kill you outright. But it's weird. Yeah.
No, it's a little ridiculous, just you know, that it doesn't kill you. I feel like it should, but then again, it would make the stage be super weird. Like, dying like while you're driving over the stage would just not make sense either, so I guess they're just kind of in between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But visually it looks quite odd. A lava-proof
it does, yeah. Lava, I mean, lava is only in 2 maps if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah?
Maybe 3. I don't remember if Choco Mountain has lava.
Yeah, sure.
I know it normally doesn't.
That corner cut's ridiculous. I know you can just put a banana there to deny like everyone, but it's still like lap 1. It'd be so funny at like the higher levels just to see everyone congest into that. Half the people go off the. I didn't see that the first time around. I was like fixing the OBS window because I cropped it too much.
No,
that's actually that's a ridiculous cut. Yeah. Oh, it is lap 3. I understand. But dude, the wall riding stuff is so jank. There's some cool stuff with poles, there's a lot of stuff with railings, with the wall stuff, like, I feel like the people doing it don't even understand. Let the ghost finish. God dang.
Oh, my bad.
It still did. I heard the little finish line noise go off. Yeah. Alright. Off the stage 2.
Dry Bones Burnout.
Wario. Yeah, well, there's a Toadette in there randomly. There's 10 Warios and 1 Toadette.
And they're definitely not the same weight class, so like that's very interesting.
It's very weird. But it's weird that everyone else just decided to go with Wario. Like, did they just see the? I feel like this might be the case where someone said a ghost early on with Wario, and everyone was just like, "That's the combo." Like they didn't want to research it.
So?
I think, dude, there's no other reason why Toadette is just in 5th. Like, casually.
Okay, we're jumping up on the wall.
Dude, it'll be crazy. Like, I'm sure like a year from now or something, people are gonna be like clipping through walls or something. They're gonna look back at this and be like, wow, they actually drove on the course and did the Nintendo sanctioned shortcuts.
Yeah, imagine. Okay, so far very standard.
Yeah.
This map, I like this map. This map's really cool.
It is pretty cool. I do always like paths with like multiple like elevation levels where it's almost like pick a path, but they all kind of have the same results.
Yeah.
Some nice little wall cuts like there are just so cool. Just drove right through the candle. Classic.
Imagine if Mushroom Gorge was in this game.
Dude, imagine they don't patch the Mushroom Gorge shit. You just go over the mountain. The thing is, they could even leave that in, but with the modern checkpoint system, it'd probably be patched out. But this map's pretty standard. This guy is like just driving the course. Like nothing here was just like draw dropping, where it's like, oh, you can do that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I haven't seen anything crazy. I mean, there's a chance he does something different, but I doubt it. I think it's just the same line.
This might just be the same line driven clean, which is, you know, fair enough. You should probably be reading out the people's names that the ghosts belong to, now that I think about it, but you can see it on the screen.
We can do it from now on, yeah. I'll make sure to get it. Okay. I don't know. The rails system in this game is like super fun. Like when you actually do it, it feels kind of satisfying to do.
Yeah.
But actually getting on them sometimes, like performing the jump is the trick. For me, the tricky part is actually like charging up the jump. It's kind of awkward. I'm used to just like drifting around corners and stuff, so I'm never like aligned properly.
Yeah, you're never ready to go.
And anytime I actually do think about doing it, I kind of just I just end up like not being close enough to the wall.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Which is the problem.
It's definitely a very different system. I was actually talking earlier with the Bukin just before this recording, and I was just saying like this might unironically be the most technical Mario Kart they've ever put out.
Bitty Bud.
That's crazy, and they're all. There's no outlier.
All Bitty Bud.
All this. Oh so wait, one different cart. We got a different cart. It's like number 8 or something has a just randomly in there.
Like the little... They all use the bike. All right, Nanu.
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out. I don't remember too much. I think this is probably one of like.
I haven't even seen half of these yet. I've just all I've been doing with this game is listening to the OST. Like,
it's so good.
It's so big. Yeah.
That's interesting. Why Bitty?
I don't know. Like, maybe you need a. My guess would be you need a light character, but his wide hitbox makes it easier to get coins. That would be my understanding of it. Because that's oftentimes how people do stuff like this. Like in 7, people would use Wario because he was actually the same weight class as Metal Mario, because he had an easier time like clipping into stuff and also collecting coins.
Okay, that's an easy shortcut, but
it's an easy one, but it's I mean that's quite a time saver.
You need a
yeah. If you can make it.
I like that I know that now. But this map does not seem to have anything too crazy. I feel like the rails are like very much.
It does have a lot of stuff that's crazy, but it's clearly intentional. Like it's not something you wouldn't think of, right? It's just something that's like mechanically kind of hard. I feel like to get consistently.
This is one of the last courses in the game, if I remember correctly. So this like, I think they're trying to like ease into like the to the rails, because everything here seems to be rail. Like
I mean, like rails. Half the map is railing. But yeah, it's also pretty cool. I mean, when I first saw the trailer for the Mario Kart World, I just saw the rails. I'm like, oh, like the game's gonna auto drive for you. And then they came out. They're actually like a really cool and fun system. So like, big ups to Nintendo, bro, for making. I mean, that's that Nintendo innovation where they do something that seems silly, market it like it seems silly, and then it comes out and it's actually really dope.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah. Dude, the soundtrack in this game is so good, man. I cannot wait for the whole thing to be up on like Nintendo Music or whatever.
I know. We need the clean versions like now.
Yeah. Dude, there's been times where me and him we're just talking or doing something. He literally just has the game up in the background so we can both listen to the soundtrack. He goes in like picture mode.
Oh, this.
Yeah, yo, Vancouver like Velocity. Let's go. Not the stage, but the I just love. I don't like the stage, but this is one of my favorite themes in all of Mario Kart. More Wario, King Boo,
King Boo.
and
Charging
in the go. Yeah, this just got they got everyone here. Burger Toad, the cow. What? Oh, you went down to your section. Okay, I was like, what the heck's going on? I forgot that you did like a small handful of ghosts just to try stuff out.
I think I did this one in Rainbow Road.
That's so
but the
funny.
Rainbow Road one was just to show it off.
Yeah.
So this was the previous. I actually did look at this one just because this is the map I'm most interested in. Shocker, the Boo King likes the Boo Cinema.
But it's been like how many days? 2? 3?
It hasn't been that long. Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked at this like maybe 3 days ago.
And they cut off almost a second, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess like 0.8. I mean, it is week 1. I wonder like how far the times will drop on these stages.
Oh yeah. It was a Bowser map, and now it's Wario.
And now it's Wario, which is peak, dude. I mean, I'm a Wario main. I'm the Wario guy.
Okay, you use the mushroom right away, just like the other guy did.
Yeah.
I don't remember there being anything too crazy on this one.
Yeah, is it just the lines that are that much cleaner that he saves like a second? I can't imagine that's. I mean, it could be actually.
I'm trying to look
week 1. But... Yeah, I haven't even seen this stretch originally, but this seems like very Nintendo sanctioned so far, for lack of better words. Because there was some ghosts we saw earlier that was like, I don't know if they clearly the mechanics let you do that. Oh,
that's what he did different than the Bowser. He rode on the wall.
He rode on the wall there, and then he used the finish line pole.
That's faster.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I think it's faster because of the pole trick on the finish line. I think that's actually it. Because I don't know if it's faster outright just to be on the wall, but to be fair, going on walls gets you another free trick, right?
Yeah, you get another trick off of the wall.
But then why wouldn't you do it here and stuff? So I guess maybe it's not faster to always go on rolls, but if you can like cut a corner and get a free trick. I'm also shocked that stuff on the right isn't like a railing. Like those little like movie like wall blocker things.
I think they might be, but they don't use. Maybe they don't use them.
Maybe they're slow.
I'm trying to think.
Because they look like they could be railings, but they're everywhere.
Oh, you mean those?
Yeah.
Those ones. I don't. No, those are not railings. I don't think.
Gotcha.
The one in the middle, like by the end, is a railing. I'm pretty sure. Not even pretty sure. I know it is because I've done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very standard.
This is standard course, standard driving. I mean, nothing crazy going on here, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. I mean, visually, this is one of the coolest maps in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like the different lighting and everything. Yeah. So maybe it's only, like I said, I think it's only faster because he hits the pole on the finish line, and on the final lap you don't do that. So then it wouldn't be faster. So I guess I was actually. My theory was already proven correct. We don't even have to have a comment about it.
Oh yeah, I forgot to look at the name K4I. All right.
Or
well, congrats on your
L.
Or L, yeah. Congrats on your current world record. That'll be usurped probably soon, but let's hope not.
And we got Isaac on Starview Peak. A lot of Bowser. Is it all Bowser? I'm just mildly curious.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Yeah, okay.
It's in that one car, except this guy's using the dude, this car, if I remember correctly, is called Lil Dumpy. It's kind of insane that they would name it that.
That was pretty funny. Well, let's go see what Isaac was cooking.
Alright, Isaac. With a little music note.
Yeah.
Starview Peak, like, I feel like it could be cool. Like, it should be cooler, because it's like the Comet Observatory, but it's not very memorable, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's the lighting thing. It's like, it really doesn't look super special. The music, yet again, I mean, on all these tracks, it hits so hard. Like this, I love this game because most of the time when Nintendo re-releases or remakes songs, they almost have like an updated version, if you know what I mean. Like they'll add an instrument here or there, maybe change the tempo a little, but it's like largely just the same song, but slightly better or worse. But for this game, for whatever reason, they remixed every song like a completely new style, which is super cool.
Yeah.
That was a neat little cut right there that he gave the shroom. I was like talking while he did it, so I didn't want to like interrupt.
I do like the ending there. It looks like the library from Galaxy.
I mean, there's a lot of parts of this stage that look great, but the fact that it's like so bright and a lot of the textures are so simple really makes it kind of hard to overly appreciate. Yeah.
Yeah, this map doesn't it doesn't have a lot of railings. This is why it's like a little bit forgettable in my opinion. It's just kind of like a normal ass like track in a game that's full of
normal tracks,
this sort of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, not full of normal tracks, but full of crazy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Yet again, just largely the same kind of. I mean, that's the thing with all these. They kind of look the same all 3 laps, but the cool part is whenever they do something that either isn't obvious or might not be intentional. The stuff that uses the Nintendo mechanics, but not in the Nintendo sanctioned way. Because that's one of the things with Nintendo. They give a lot of freedom to players, generally, in most of their games, in a way that a lot of other games just wouldn't. Like, Nintendo's okay if you break something. They don't really care. Because most people won't do that. But if you want to go and break something, they'll let you, a lot of the time.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit, that's an oversight. My bad. All right.
Yeah. Like they don't go super crazy and like, because there's a lot of other games where like, oh, there's an oversight. Let's add 15 invisible walls here so that the normal stuff barely even works.
Okay, let's do this one.
Airship Fortress, right? This is a fan favorite. Right. We got Nabbit,
Japanese Nabbit.
Yeah.
Toadette, Nabbit. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's get them going. 156,590.
All right.
So much faster than stuff goes.
Airship Fortress. Oh no, Airship Fortress has some crazy shit. Actually, I've seen some clips. Wait.
Okay. Well, we'll see the full thing. We'll see what's going on.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, the classic rail start. I mean, I haven't actually seen you play this like online or whatever, but it'd be super interesting. There's a railing there. And did you see how he used that railing and like jumped toward the wall or whatever? That was really interesting.
That's a railing too on the floor. He was just on it.
He's just constantly boosting, constantly moving.
Okay.
That's what it's all about.
Ooh, bobbing and weaving. Alright, yeah, this is where you...
Okay. I mean, nothing super crazy, nothing super fancy, but that was a nice, solid cut at the end. It was pretty cool to see. But also the sheer speed at which this guy is tricking. I mean, he's like mashing the trick button for half of the stage. It's like trick. Even on the railings, like everything else we watched, it was like slower, more deliberately timed stuff. Whereas this guy is just mashing as hard as possible.
Bro, I would low-key do that. I love just spamming the trick.
Dude, and it's
spoke
optimal
about it earlier.
Here. It's optimal, bro. Yeah, we were. I was asking.
We spoke about it earlier. I'm sure.
Yeah, he was doing an online race. I was asking, is it faster if you trick 10 times in the air? But then, I don't know if this guy's just doing that for fun or if it is faster. Because I know tricking like once that probably should be, because it's like, you add a trick, but I feel like it'd be kind of goofy if tricking like 5 times in this cannon versus like, because why wouldn't he trick there, right, at the end? Because he stops tricking halfway through the cannon. So it probably isn't faster, and he probably just has fun like spamming it out. Which would make sense. It'd be kind of goofy, in my opinion, if a faster spam meant you're a better player. Yeah, that ending cut's nasty. I mean, that's really good to know about. That is like, 5th place with a mushroom to 1st place finish line type of skip.
Oh yeah. Alright, we got Toad's Factory.
The classic, bro. The classic.
More Bowser. The blooper car.
Yeah.
All of them except Wario.
Except one random Wario at the bottom, my boy. Wario reps going crazy.
All right, we got Terra here.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
It's interesting. This game has
No employee uses
as far as we understand it, from what I've seen, this game has character specific stats, which I generally think is a negative because it means you have less variety. But if they balance them well enough, there could actually be a real argument for multiple characters, which is always a good thing. So it really
I think
depends.
Bowser's the one I'm seeing the most.
Yeah, I'm noticing a lot of Bowser. Wario is like a secondary, and then like Nabbit Toadette as like a kind of second line defense.
Yeah. Okay, so I know you can ride the railings up top, but I don't know how you get to them.
Wait, he's just ignoring the red thing on the floor.
Yeah.
If you just take a tight enough line, it just doesn't matter. That's crazy. And I guess the rails up top are slower, or maybe there's just not anywhere else good to shroom. But this is just like really clean. And that's what it's all about. Okay, he's not using those railings to go up anywhere. He's not using anything on the side. He's not going up top here, because I know you can do that.
Yeah. No,
it's just driving the main course, staying to the ground. Because I guess the problem with that, if you go up top, you probably just lose time from airtime alone. In almost every Mario Kart, being in the air is slower than being on the ground, which makes sense, because, you know, when you're on the ground you can accelerate, when you're in the air you can't. Then you have, like, wind resistance and all that. That's a bit higher in the air. But it does mean a lot of time your driving gets, like, almost simplified, like this. Or instead of taking the cool, fun shortcuts Nintendo wants you to, you just drive the main track. And it's actually faster.
See, there's like... I didn't even realize there is a section up there.
Yeah.
That you can get on.
I did know about that. I don't know how I knew about that, but I've seen it somewhere.
Actually, no, I should have... You know, I did that. Wait, no. I remember now. Okay, I did that in the free roam. I forgot about it. That's why.
Gosh, yeah. But yeah, just clean driving. I mean, I feel like that's what we're going to see in like half of these ghosts, and there's going to be like one or two where it's like, that's crazy. You know, that's really fucking... that's insanity.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're on to Mario Circuit, the infamous.
Let's get it going.
Toadette,
Nabbit yet again. Yeah.
Blooper car.
But it seems like people are locked in more on Toadette here, so I'm wondering why. You know, I'm not involved in the time trials because I don't have the game, so I don't actually know what the thought process behind it is. You know, why Toadette here? Why Nabbit at the other one? Why the bug guy elsewhere?
Oh yeah, Bitty Bud. Yeah. Bitty Bud was just on that one map.
Yeah, so there has to be a reason, right? Is it literally just whoever set the ghost first, like with a decent time, used Bitty Buggy, and like everyone didn't want to look into why it was the best option, just kind of stuck with it? Because I feel like that's possible. I feel like I
think that'd be really funny.
It's so realistically possible.
Oh. Okay.
That's a nice little cut. The craziest part for me in all this is that all these cuts are like shroomless in all these.
Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, this Mario Circuit's cool because it combines all three of the different
and I noticed that there.
sections.
I was gonna say they just did the MK7 cut. That's when I know about the double shroom.
Oh, you know what?
There.
Do you think Toadette has a crazy off-road stat like in Wii? You think that could be something?
It's possible, but there's not really. They're not going into the off-road.
And she just did. She did a little bit ago.
No, she shroomed.
No, she didn't. I mean, she shroomed over like the big gap, yeah, but there was a different one where she just like bot-dogged it basically.
Like she touched it there for a second, but
no, there were. I mean, in post, I'm sure you'll see it, but there is a moment where she did.
Well, but then why is Nabbit also being used?
Maybe he also has a good off-road stat. I don't know.
Well, but on the other stage he's being used, so like I don't know. I wonder why. It seems like whenever you need to, like, just tight lines, people are rocking like Bowser, and then whenever there's some funky, tricky stuff, they use like Toadette, Nabbit. There's just a lot of Bowser in all this.
ZSB exclamation point.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's also interesting because I'm sure there's gonna be so many discoveries, even like next week, even because it's just week 1. You know, people are like just starting to play these tracks, just starting to find out the tricks. I think that's why it's such a cool thing to archive and to kind of like be able to look back at this. Like maybe we do this like a year later, see what changed. Like a little side by side.
Oh, this is the map with this song. I love this one.
You can barely hear it over Bowser.
Bowser's.
But it is a nice. It seems like a nice chill song.
Oh yeah.
This isn't like a remix or anything, right? It's like for this.
No,
chorus.
This is unique. Yeah, because this is a new chorus.
Dude, I mean, Nintendo just has always had good music, and somehow every year they keep making it better. And I figured they would have been done by now, right? We would have seen the peak of Nintendo music, but just every time a major game drops, it's another surprise. More shocks, more surprises.
Especially with something like Mario Kart, I feel like the series just has been progressing in its musical quality, like with each new installment.
Yeah, but like, in most like developments, whenever stuff is getting better and better, it gets really good early on, like way better, and then it only gets a little bit better with every passing game. Whereas with Mario Kart, I feel like every game is a massive leap forward in quality. Which is crazy because the Mario Kart 8 OST is like one of like the most beloved soundtracks of all time by miles. The fact that they like, in my opinion, easily top that is ridiculous. But they
I'm not
just
seeing too many.
Yeah, nothing crazy here. This is literally just like this is Nintendo's engine. I feel like I've said that a lot, but it just is. He's not even taking the railings here or anything. It's always the Bowser players, bro. They just they stick to their lines, so they just sit there, take the tightest lines possible, ride the edge. Yeah, do as Nintendo asks of them.
They could not be bothered. They're like, rails? Fuck that.
Nah, I'm here to play some Mario Kart, man. I just want to play some good old-fashioned Mario. Yeah, I mean, it's just clean. I feel like I could, like, I probably couldn't, but I feel like I could probably just do this in like an afternoon.
Yeah, I know you had this. Your ass would be grinding. And
I would be so locked in the time trials. I'm a bit sad that like I just don't have infinite money to go buy this thing day one. But you know, it is what it is. I'm sure by the Switch 3 I'll have enough for the Switch 2.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh yeah, this map.
Yeah. I haven't even. You showed me that they Snowman, Rosalina, Birdo. What is going on here?
What the fuck? Why is Snowman being used?
I mean,
alright, I don't know the Wario.
See, Wario is 0.1 seconds faster, so we have to watch him. But I low-key wish we could have seen the Snowman instead. But we're sticking to the record holder.
Alright, so Bumblebee Wario.
That's.
Wait, and look, crazy. Is he in the Bumblebee car? Okay, no, he's not. I thought he was in the Bumblebee car.
That'd be pretty funny.
Imagine. Okay, well, this map is like, what a weird choice to bring back.
Yeah, this is like one of the most hated maps of all time, as far as I understand it.
I also feel like
but now the railings are actually railing, so like, you know, that's actually cool. Because in 8 they were like goo you could drive through. But sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I might be wrong, but it might be the only track in the game that like they just ripped the same music from 8. Because to me, this does not sound different. This sounds the same.
They didn't restyle it.
What the fuck is happening there?
Okay, yeah, that's a bit of a tight angle. That actually's gotta be cool. Like racing that with like 24 people jumping off that tiny little wall there. Like that's bound to lead to some shenanigans. But outside of that, I mean, yeah. Just clean lines, kind of just sticking to the middle. Why is he on the right side this time? Is it just how he ended up, or is there a reason? Oh, it's probably the coins. It's the coins.
Coins. Yeah.
Oh my!
At the beginning, he also he took the glider section instead of taking the rails.
Yeah, I think he's just coin farming. Because there's 20
Well, he's
in
at
this
the max
game.
now, so there's no reason to do that. So
well, now
see
he's not. Now I think now he's gonna go to whatever's actually the fastest. So I guess the glider is fastest, but the other thing was for coins.
Oh yeah.
So now we know.
Interesting that they doubled the max coin count.
Yeah, it's like one of the most random decisions, but it's pretty cool. I also saw a video. Some guy actually looked into it, and for some reason, every coin gives you a different amount of speed. Like, yeah. And the first coin and the 19th coin give you the most. Like the ones on either side. But you'd think it would like go toward the middle, but it doesn't. It's just the first and like the first like 4 and then like the 19th coin randomly. Like
so weird.
And his conclusion of the video is basically try to be at around 7 to 8 coins most of the time, and then if you're at 19, really lock in to get number 20.
Okay, we're down to Wario Stadium from the N64.
Yeah. When he first told me this was in the game, I thought he meant the one from Double Dash.
Burger Toad?
Burger
Shy
Toad,
Guy?
Ski Shy Guy.
Wait, okay, Shy Guy
Burger
and
Toad
okay.
on top, baby. I'm glad we got a Burger Toad record. That's one of my favorite
that is
inclusions.
That is so... I love that skit. It's so
It was
funny.
actually funny. Back when Buki unlocked this, I was sitting there watching him play. I'm like, dude, if I didn't know this was Burger Toad and I just saw you playing the game, I thought they would have just added a burger guy. Because from the back, nothing suggests this is Toad. It's just a burger.
They just replaced the mushroom with the fucking whole ass burger, which is so cool.
It's so amazing. Like if I wasn't a hardcore Wario man, this is probably like my number 2 or 3 pick. It's like Wario, like Donkey Kong, and then Burger Toad. Yeah, for sure. Can't stick to the same combo, but I am sticking to Wario 90% of the time. Specifically Pirate Wario. Yeah, that's my boy. Sad that no one else is Pirate Wario, but maybe on other maps we'll see it. That's a cool railing.
Yeah, the one where I know there's a couple of Warriors, but the one we just saw was fucking Bumblebee Wario.
Yeah.
Out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like really?
That's like playing Honey Queen Bee in 7. Like, what are you doing, man? Come on, that could have been Pirate Wario, man.
Do you think it's better? Would you rather have the Honey Queen or the fuck-ass little Stink Bee that they have in this game?
It's not even a question. Dude, the Stink Bee is kind of silly. It's like he's just floating above his car. Honey Queen Bee is just like... That's just like that could have been anyone, you know? No disrespect. I like the Honey Queen Bee in Galaxy, but like... Why is she being included?
And not Waluigi. Wasn't Waluigi omitted in 7?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, one of like the first like things whenever you install modded Mario Kart 7, they just replace her with Waluigi like the default, I'm pretty sure.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
She has a bit of like a cult-like following though in the time trial scene for 7, just because she's such a weird inclusion. Like people use her specifically because people hate her.
I will say I still rather that than like Pink Gold Peach.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. We don't need 15 variants of Mario and Peach. It'd be so much cooler to have 15 separate characters.
See, if she was there and Waluigi and like King Boo, whoever the fuck
then I don't care.
But, yeah, it's just like a.
But it was like Waluigi's gone and Honey Queen Bee's in. This is the new Waluigi. Wario's new brother, Honey Queen Bee.
Yeah. All right, good shit from Burger Toad. My goat.
I like how we just mentioned the character's great and then just watched him. It's like, yeah, that's some more Nintendo sanction.
Yeah, Moo Moo Meadows.
There's no way there's anything crazy on here. Donkey Kong and then 15 cows.
Alright, so, okay. With the other ones, it's up in the air. We don't know. But with this one, everyone's definitely doing this for the fucking, like, for the joke.
Yeah,
like,
for
there's
the
no way this is
but the crazy part is, no, because the guy in second is only 0.004 slower. And also now we have footage of Jamie having the first sub 2 minute on here. That's a pretty cool thing.
Congratulations to Jamie.
Yeah, big ups to Jamie, whoever you are. It's like a generic enough name where anyone could just claim that it was them.
And using DK, which is a character we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of the DK redesign though. Like I'm still gonna use him a bunch, but his it's almost like more childlike nature is not appealing to me super much compared to the OG.
Yeah, it's a really interesting choice to just completely like pivot over to this.
Yeah, like one of your mainstay characters. It's they just committed to it. But I think it is a more child. I think I said before I didn't think we said anything crazy on Moo Moo Meadows, but that was kind of sick. IQ.
That was, yeah.
And it's not Nintendo sanctioned. You could see on the left there. That was the Nintendo sanctioned cut. That random ramp on the left. Maybe the hay bale on the left there too. But definitely not whatever he did.
Oh wait, you already used it?
Yeah, he already used it for that thing we saw earlier.
Oh, it was from that. Oh,
yeah. He used a mushroom to get there.
I see.
I just want to see it again. I only saw like the second half, like even though I was looking. Let's see it.
Oh yeah.
Jump onto the railing. Ooh.
That seems kind of precise, honestly.
Well, railings don't kind of snap them a little bit.
That's true. You do snap them.
Like it might look more precise than it actually is. Okay.
Yeah. No trick there.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I don't know if you've seen it, but when you select DK, his like instant pose is just a dab. Like, that's just his gimmick now, I guess.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna add like funky.
So yeah, we spoke
stages.
about this like off recording, but there's like a theory going around that they might add like a DK related like update that might add like Diddy and Monkey, maybe a DK map.
They could. Oh, maybe when the game drops, you think? Like it'll be side by side. That would be super. Yeah. Honestly, that's peak marketing. Like.
And then also to give DK and Pauline more costumes because they each only have one.
Gotcha.
Yep. But that was pretty neat. I like the railing jump for sure.
No, yeah, that was a sick railing jump, and the rest of it's just some clean driving.
We did this one, right? Yeah, we definitely did.
Did we do that off one?
The Dandelion one? Yeah, we did that one. That one.
Oh,
was
Dandelion Depths. Okay, yeah. DK Pass. That's the all-time classic being run by. Okay, so there's nothing.
This is one of the ones.
This is I think we watched that. We pre-watched this.
With one nabbit.
One random nabbit. Yeah, the fact that the lightweight and heavyweight characters are on the same tracks just means like, yeah, that's just early records. People are still figuring out what's going on.
Yeah. But yeah, no, most people gravitating towards Bowser.
But I'm noticing, dude, every time it's Nintendo sanctioned driving, it's Bowser. So like, I feel like we're about to see nothing.
That's true. Bowser's always like the fucking party pooper.
He's just like, yeah, you can drive in a straight line here. Hey, you can take this corner side.
Oh, but then there's that.
We did see that. I knew that one ahead of time. Even if we hadn't watched this a second ago, like, we watched it before the recording, and then it shocked Buking. I was like, you know, this would be kind of a fire recording. And I think I'm right, honestly. I think this is going to be a fire video when we put it out. But yeah, the tree pulls are wild. Yeah.
He's just driving off-road, okay.
Yeah. I mean, he has those weird tires. I'm assuming that's literally just for the snow.
Well, you see, it's just one cart. Like, there's no customization.
Is this the same cart that they use on every other track?
This seems to be a common one. Yeah, this seems to be a very common one.
Okay, so it's not specific to the snowy terrain.
Yeah, I've mainly been seeing the Bowsers in this one.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. Like
and then we see that bike with a lot of the lightweight characters.
Yeah. And the blooper car.
But those tree tricks are kind of crazy. Like the other pole, it's like clearly put there specifically so that people trick off of it. But the ones on the trees, I can't tell how intentional it is. Like they're programmed to work that way. But I don't know how they expected you to get there. Like, if what this guy is doing was, like, heavily tested, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, DK just owns a ski resort casually. Like, they kind of leaned in a lot into, like, this whole idea of, like, you know, these areas are, like, being owned by these characters or whatever. Like, especially if you do in the free roam, there's like so many nods to like other tracks. Like, especially there's this one city map we'll get to later, and there's like a Boo Cinema in there. There's like posters for the Koopa Beach DJ or whatever. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's like a DJ on that map. There's like a lot of world building with this game, which I think is really neat.
It is. No, I mean, the open world thing is both like a wacky gimmick, but it's also such a nice tie together. Like, it low-key reminds me of just DS mission mode, which really helps make a lot of those tracks feel so much more alive. Guy Bazaar.
Okay, so
we've pre-watched this one as well. Yeah, by the same guy, the same Nabbit. It's the same ZSV. That's a name we've seen at least once before.
Yep.
But yeah, we saw this one. This is actually we watched this replay, and I'm like, we should record this.
yeah. This one really.
What's crazy is this is clearly Nintendo sanctioned, like a lot of the stuff he's doing, but I've never seen it. Like, I wouldn't have known about it.
Yeah,
Just
I
look
wouldn't
at this.
think of it.
Jumps off on the railing on the right, which barely would even register as a railing, and then there's just a track up here. You can just be here. Like, I'm sure in a year from now, everyone's gonna know about this and do this, but like, for week 1 day, this is like such a cool find. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. That one cut is kind of really the highlight of this entire ghost, and the rest of it's just clean driving.
It just adds more to this map. Like,
it really does.
Already, like,
well, because that straightaway, like the kind of little winding path at the start, was kind of whatever in the original. I'll be real honest. That was like the most boring part of the whole track. But I will say, I kind of wish instead, right here, instead of having its own separate section, I wish it dropped down into the main area, because with this route, you don't even see the bazaar. You know, the bazaar of Guy Bazaar. Whereas when you drive normally, you see it. So that you really lose out on a lot of fun visuals by taking the path up here. And it low-key sucks that it's like... I mean, maybe it's not optimal, but it very much seems to be.
Oh, you'll see that bazaar a lot in the free roam. Or at least if you're trying to like optimally collect all the costumes, which is what I did. A lot of the costumes you can just get by farming them in the bazaar. Believe it or not.
Yeah, but it's still unfortunate because it would be cool if it dropped down there. I don't know how that would be faster, unfortunately, but like, I don't know. It's one of those things.
It's cool that there's a section up there. Like, that's a whole other area to
be. Yeah. And it's like they had that section in Toad's Factory that the ghost didn't even go through.
Yeah.
Oh, he did the ropes differently that time, right? Like, why didn't he go to the left? I wonder if that was just like he messed up, or if there's a reason. Because he only got 10 coins. He didn't even get 20. It was just...
That's true.
It was just faster to drive up there by so much that it wasn't even worth going out of the way for coins.
It wasn't worth grabbing the coins, yeah.
Whereas, like, on Sky High, like, you know, that guy was probably going about net even grabbing the coins.
Yeah, Choco Mountain. A lot of people do not like this version of Choco Mountain.
I don't know if I've seen it.
Okay, so it's just all Bowser.
It's like kind of named Lean.
Lean, yeah. A lean, mean killing machine.
Little fire emoji. Or whatever that is. It's kind of hard for me to tell because I'm looking at the
also the song for Choco Mountain is like probably one of the only ones I don't like.
Where it's like worse than the original. That's what you mean?
I think so, but that's because I just don't like super heavy metal rock or whatever.
Okay, well I'll give you my opinion. I don't know if I've heard this one. I mean, it's energetic.
It is.
Like, the original was definitely less energetic. I'm like bopping my head to this right now. But it's definitely a very different vibe than most of the songs in this game. But I think it fits the rework way. I mean, you got Charge and Chuck. This is the Charge and Chuck stage. You know?
This they remodeled it to be like a monster truck arena or something like that.
Yeah, and I think for that the theme fits perfectly. Like, might not be your favorite theme personally, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely subjective. I'm not saying that like, oh, this is objectively the worst song. But for me, I didn't like it as much as what I'm saying.
Yeah, it sucks. Like, it seems like the cut on this map is literally just the first turn.
Yeah.
Rather unfortunate.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I like the the whole monster truck rally, charging truck kind of.
They
vibe.
definitely could have done more
is,
here. This track is pretty basic compared to everything else we've seen.
Yeah.
Like they did a lot on the visuals around it, like the charging trucks going around, those little like mud geysers or whatever. It doesn't
feel like Choco
fireworks.
Mountain.
It also definitely is not Choco Mountain, yeah. But it's to be fair, this is like clearly supposed to be. Choco Mountain was developed into a monster truck arena thing, but like it's still. I feel like driving wise is what I was saying though. Like it feels like this is every other track has had some fun little wall bounce, some railing to ride. Whereas this is just like a winding pathway with that one jump you just went on right there. And that is like the highlight of the map, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, they have the rolling things for the walls.
Yeah, but they almost seem like random. They don't seem like... I don't know how to describe it. There's really just not a lot going on here outside of the visuals on the outside. Because they did clearly, you know, they got these fireworks, charging trucks, everything.
Very similar, but it just, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it, but...
It's also interesting, he didn't grab 20 coins yet again.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, that map, there's not a lot of room for, like,
for anything
really.
No, it was really just
I can't even blame him that time.
I couldn't even see potential for something else. Like, at least with some of these other maps, I'm like, well, maybe there's some funky wall ride there we haven't discovered yet.
Alright, so Bowser again.
It's just Bowser everywhere now. Okay.
The car. This guy's got the bullet bill
And
car.
ZSV was almost at the top again. Is that the new Alberto for this game? Because we saw Alberto on another map. I don't remember where.
I will see him again soon, I think.
Okay.
I think it might have been Rainbow Road or something.
But yeah, CSV is like just almost on every map right now. Which for week one is crazy because you have so much competition. Like most people become map specialists to start with just because the competition is so fierce to start. Because it's when the most eyes are on the game, to be fair. Like, a lot of people still haven't bought this game because it's so expensive, you know, with the Switch. And
Also,
they'll be looking at this now.
Talking about that, I don't know if you heard, but the Switch 2, surprisingly, is, like, the fastest selling piece of, like, video
I'm not
hardware.
super surprised, because this is the first system they've had with scalpers being the way they are nowadays.
Well, I don't even think scalpers have been, like, a big issue. Most people have been able to get their hands on it.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, like...
Well, the Switch 1 was so cool.
The price, like, I didn't think it would do
well,
as
but
well as it did.
the week 1 sale, I mean, Mario Kart is sick. They actually had some launch titles, plus you have your whole Switch 1 library available day 1, pretty much. Is that right for some games that don't work or something? I don't know what the
No,
thing
they
was
all
about.
work.
They all work?
Maybe
some...
not the Labo shit. Maybe not the Labo shit. I don't remember how that works.
I thought maybe some of them don't get like a boost in performance is what I was meaning.
Oh,
But either way, and then super I think it's really just kind of like, you know, the 3DS was super successful too after the price drop because they really did go overboard. Plus it came out the Wii U, which was like bad timing. But once people realized that the 3DS was good and it played all your DS games, I mean, that's part of why I bought it, right? So you're buying the Switch 2 not for the Switch 2 necessarily, but because you have the whole Switch 1 library running even better when they were already all running fine for the most part with this cool Mario Kart and everything. It's like if you got the cash, I mean, it seems like a good buy.
Right. Yeah. And I can attest to that. It's definitely been nice to like look back at some of the games that I would say did not run very great.
Yeah, like, well, the one that always comes to mind is Pokemon, like Scarlet Violet.
Yeah.
I don't know if you actually have you test run that yet?
I did. I specifically even went to like that one lake area that's
and it ran smooth.
It ran smooth. I could see all the Pokemon spawns and everything. It was great.
Bro is spamming the little pose at the end. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, it's like when you press the item button when you don't have any items. I think you can do that in 8 as well with the horn.
Yeah, 8 you always do the horn, but I just haven't seen anyone else do it on any of the ghosts. Like maybe they haven't, I just didn't notice. Cheep Falls.
More Bowser!
With a Wario. There's one Wario in there. But yeah, it's looking like there's a I guess Bowser somehow statistically is the best or something.
Calcaire. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's good shit.
Yo, this is the lake theme from Odyssey.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is.
Dude, that's great. That's a good one. But no, it's kind of sad to already see a Bowser meta developing, at least in time trials.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It couldn't have been King Boo. Can he ever be meta?
I think the problem with King Boo is he's not uniquely in any stat. He's kind of so middle of the road in every way when it comes to like weight, height, etc.
Well, at least in Wii.
Because the reason, well, no, character dimension wise,
his
what I mean.
character model.
Because that's oftentimes the difference maker, right? You notice in this game it's Bowser. The reason Funky Kong was better in the one game is because they gave him those bonus stats because he was a hard to unlock character. But like, if it wasn't for that, like in 7, for example, people use Wario and Metal Mario. Wario because he's the same. Him and Metal Mario have these same stats. Wario just gets used because he has a big hitbox, whereas Metal Mario is because he has the smallest, right? And a lot of the time, the heaviest character also meant the most speedy in a lot of games, including like the first game. The first ever Mario Kart game, Bowser and Donkey Kong Jr. were the 2 fastest characters because they were the heaviest characters. And that even stayed true in Super Circuit as well. Alright.
And then for 8, isn't it just Yoshi? I know for a long time
in 8, it was, Waluigi, right? And that was because Waluigi was in the heaviest weight class with the smallest hitbox. That's why people were using them, unironically.
But then
it became Yoshi because Nintendo didn't like that and threw out the craziest balance patch of all time. And then it became Yoshi because he had the smallest hitbox on a middleweight character. Like, I think statistically there was nothing different between like Yoshi and Luigi or whatever. It's just Yoshi was like a little bit smaller or something. And that was the entire difference maker. Right, and I think Bowser here is probably because he's just the heaviest character in the game, and I guess people have figured out or something, or maybe that's just how it works, that the heaviest weight gets the most speed, yet again, as it always has.
But that's the thing, you mentioned, the Yoshi balance patch.
Yeah.
What this game is not, I mean, there's nothing saying that
there nothing saying there won't be. But we also don't even know if Bowser's meta yet. It looks like he might be, because a lot of people are using him, but there's nothing...
to indicate that he's like
nothing kind of locking him in.
It could also just be a
By the way, the
replay
ended. I don't know if you
yeah. My bad. No. It's just that I forgot to
back out. Gotcha.
Yeah. Alright, what do we got? Wario Shipyard.
Come on, be Wario.
Pianta!
Pirate Wario! Dang. If we
Pirate.
came here like 2 days ago, it probably would have been Pirate Wario, but I'm fine with Pianta too. That's a crazy route.
Pianta's crazy.
That is an insane... what could possibly... Maybe he has the widest hitbox of the heavyweights? That actually might be it.
I mean, probably? But why would you need that here?
There's oftentimes when it's the widest hitbox, it's literally just to make the coins like the slightest bit easier to grab. So that way you don't have to take a wider line. But I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe there's something else.
There is not much to say because it was a very standard
yeah. But maybe it's because he's in the water. Like maybe Pianta has good water stats because he's from Sunshine.
Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah,
because it's very clear. The one thing I'm noticing is a lot of the characters that are just like we saw like Nabbit and Bowser on like the same exact stage, like in some of these time trial ghosts. So it's very clear that even if there's a statistical difference between these characters, it is like incredibly minor to the point where it almost doesn't matter. So like Pianta could literally be getting used for like a 0.001 second faster speed in water or something. Yeah. Oh, okay. This is just an evolution of the MK7 ramp. That's cool. Because you would drive on that railing, but it was just kind of for like tighter lines. But now you can like drive on the ramp and then trick on it, which is pretty cool.
How do you feel about the grand return of this stage? Because I remember this. I mean, this was only in 7 as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
And
I think
way
it was.
different here.
Yeah, it's totally different. Kind of sad they didn't go with a more like that boost stage has like almost like a green haunting aura to it, whereas this is just a daytime like drive through this area.
I agree.
I wish they had committed more to like the ghost yard.
Like there was thunderstorming.
You know,
but then again, there's a day-night cycle in this game, so
okay, so maybe while you're racing it looks cooler, but while you're playing it here, it's not.
It just depends on like, because it's out of your control. So like, if you get to this place and it's turns to nighttime, it's really
well, what I'm saying is for time trials though, it's always daytime, which is unfortunate.
It's always gonna be daytime.
Yeah. So maybe it looks cooler at night, but the current version I'm looking at, it's like, you know, it's almost too bright, too upbeat. Whereas everything around here, it's like literally wrecked ships. You know, it's like it should be like ominous and scary almost. Obviously, the music doesn't have to fit it because you're driving through it, and that's exciting. But like, it would have been cool because they have that green anchor, and in the daytime, it just doesn't even look that crazy. But I'm glad they kept in the classic ramp cut here. And it's actually... Yo! That's cool. That's a swag ending. Cool ending. Dude, that reminds me of on Bowser's Castle on Mario Kart DS. You do something like that at the end.
Oh, yeah?
There's like a random opening somewhere, and you just send it off the map to finish the race. It's like so cool. I love when you got that in time trials and everything, because it's like... It just looks cool. Yeah, I think we're here. Mario Bros. Circuit, as opposed to the other Mario Bros. Stadium or whatever. Like, God, dang. I wish Goomba was up top, bro. We haven't seen him yet. But more than have it.
We're gonna see Kyle Wade.
Kyle Wade. Bro put his full legal name as his.
Yeah, I mean that's the first Goomba I've seen.
Yeah, ever.
I saw more Bitty Buds, which is interesting.
Yeah. So I think it's unironically the Bitty Bud is just the widest small character, which has a lot of use. It really does. There's never really been a wide small character. That's a crazy cut to start. That like definitely shaves a lot of time.
Dude, I thought he was about to go off the map for a second. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it really just... I guess this is the basic. This is like the trailer course. Oh, that trick. Have you seen that trick he did right there?
No, I missed it.
He drove off the course and then back onto it while in the air to trick on the corner. Okay. I mean, this is a pretty cool little glider cut or whatever he just did. He had to shroom this time, I guess, because he didn't have the starting boost. Makes sense. But yeah, I'll point it out when we see it, because that's something I saw like a random like 6-minute video on where that's like a cool little tech. Right here on this corner, he's gonna drive off and get a tray. Right there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's kind of tight, but it's something you can do.
That's cool. Though.
I'm sure over time people are gonna get that down like crazy on a lot of stages. It's like that seems useful.
Yeah.
And it's because they made every ledge, like, by default, like, trickable in this game. Like, this game is Nintendo, like, they just cook. Like, Mario Kart, longtime players are happy. I was actually saying, yeah, when I was talking to Duke earlier, I was like, this might actually not be a game many casual players enjoy, just because it's so insanely, like, technical and has so much fun potential.
True, but when you're playing multiplayer, like, a lot of this doesn't really matter as much because
that's true.
It's so frantic.
But some of those races are like so long with all the different sections and all that, where knowing all this will put you ahead like so consistently. But I guess you also the nature of 24 players where you could get red shelled as you're doing that cut and then fall off the map or whatever. So that's definitely a point worth mentioning. And to be fair, I don't know if I know anyone who casually plays this game anymore. Like, everyone that I knew that casually played 8, like, got more into it. Builder Wario? Aviator Wario? And we just got the whole... Engineer Wario on the city map is kind of peak. They actually, like, went with the theming this time.
Yeah.
So, I wonder if every costume is different stats or something. That'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah, this is the city with like all the shit in it that I was talking about.
Yeah, there's bound to be something crazy.
also find it funny. I saw like a post the other day talking about like it's just for comedic like that's not serious at all, but like it's funny like when you like really look into it, like all like the different quote unquote companies in the game. Yeah. And it's like, damn, these fucking guys just have like a fucking monopoly on every like Yoshi has a food monopoly.
It is a really funny like backdrop to just have like them just pioneering and dominating random industries.
Dude, fucking DK is the only one with the fucking like he's basically like the owner of NASA in this game. You'll see later.
Yeah, the space station and all that. It's crazy, dude. It's funny lore. It's really, I find it really hilarious. And I hope they never like make a game that like confirms any of it. I think it's funnier as a side gimmick. If it actually becomes something real, it'd be interesting, but it wouldn't be as funny. And I think this is one of those things where you want to keep it funny because it's just so funny.
And then there's like a building in the city that's like Rosalina owns it, and it's like a fucking Tesla. Like it's literally just Tesla, but a Rosalina theme. Like what the fuck is?
I guess they made this before the big Tesla fallout.
Well, yeah, I mean, this game has been in development since like 2017.
Yeah, for a while clearly. Like I've been saying, like they actually stream just completely froze. Sorry about that, but this game is they clearly cooked with it. I want to have a Switch. I just unironically, unless I like sell off a bunch of my like TF2 items or something, I just don't have the money for it.
Yeah, that's price is always the most unfortunate part, but it's pretty cool nonetheless.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, this was originally gonna be on the Switch 1, but they moved it over to the Switch 2 because of how big the scope was.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm glad I'm not glad they did, but like, I'm glad the end result was like amazing. Because it would suck to have, you know, we've had Mario Kart 8 for like 10 years now, right? To have Mario Kart 9 be ass that would really be detrimental to the series, low-key.
Yeah.
Like if we had like a double dash type game or like a 64, I really don't know if people would really be excited about more Bowser. Okay. We don't gotta look, though. It's just more Bowser.
It's just more Bowser, yeah.
Arjon.
Arjon, the Bowser player, rethinker over here.
Rethinker.
On the
he does have the MK7, dude, the V-Dasher. It's actually crazy that was like the meta vehicle in that game, at least in some way, shape, or form.
It's interesting that I always find it interesting to see which cards like get consistently brought back. I feel like the V-Dasher, that was a DS, like they got introduced in DS and like they just keep bringing it back.
Oh, it's a really cool design. It's like super unique, standout. Like whenever I see the V-Dasher, my mind instantly thinks, "Oh, Mario Kart!" Like that is the Mario Kart car.
Are you sure it's not the excavator from DS?
Dude, I tried using that. That thing is so slippery to control.
Oh, I bet it sucks or whatever. Like
it doesn't. Well, the interesting part in DS is all the vehicles are like almost virtually identical for the most part, outside of the ones they randomly gave off-road stats. Because for some reason in DS they gave like 2 or 3 vehicles off-road stats, and nothing else got that. So there's some vehicles you can drive through off-road with, and others that you just can't. And that's why people use the tank, which I'm glad that's one of the few that they gave to it. That's why they use the tank. That's why they use the Yoshi egg.
Those are my like 2 favorite. Like even as a kid, I didn't even know they were optimal. But I just like them.
Well, the thing is with the tank isn't necessarily optimal. It's just like the easy best behind the egg. The egg's actually the optimal like pick, but the tank is like a very solid second. Well, not second. It's better for off-road, not as great on the main road. Yeah. But it's more lenient than any other vehicle for off-road, which is cool. I just like using the tank because it's a fucking tank.
Yeah. So sick.
I mean, it's also cool seeing like on Rainbow Road and stuff, and like jumping from path to path. I mean, that's just always a pretty sick thing.
No, they cooked with the Rainbow Road, I think.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Even the theme, dude. Like, oh. It's clean. It's the way it transitions too. Like while he was sitting there in the air, it was like the boom, 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 and it was like building up to this section. Oh man, it's clean.
Dude, the transitional songs in this game are like they do so well.
Yeah.
Like you probably have no way of knowing this because
I haven't played.
in the base game, more often than not, like I don't know how to feel about this aspect, but like 9 times out of 10, like let's say, oh, okay, I want to go to Moo Moo Meadows, like in Grand Prix, or even online. This happens online.
Yeah.
You actually just play on like the path to Moo Moo Meadows, and then the last lap you actually do a full thing, and that's it. That's why earlier when you were watching me do the Koopa Beach map, I only had one chance like on that. We did one lap, and that shit is so short. So it's like the whole thing was like the path to Koopa Beach, and the final lap was the actual.
To be fair, I don't know how else they could have done it without the races being like a half-hour ordeal. Like you could just have it be stages like it was in every other game, but I think the transition gimmick is a really cool gimmick in this game that is like very fun.
And it also brings a lot of variations. Like,
well, it really makes you think on your feet. Like you have to be ready. Yeah.
When you pick a map in versus mode, like it gives you all the options. Like let's say I pick like Mario Bros Circuit or whatever. It's like, okay, do you want to do it like going towards Shy Guy Bazaar?
Yeah.
It's like holy shit, like there's a lot of
definitely gives you
options.
some choice paralysis for sure, but it has a cool end result.
But the point of me bringing that up is like the musical transition. So like when you're about to enter the map, like let's say I'm about to enter Toad Factory, it starts with the dun 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 dun, and like once you pass the finish line for the first time or the starting line, whatever, then it like actually starts the music proper. Like it's kind of cool how they did it.
It is pretty sick. Like yeah.
And then usually in those intermissions, like when you're driving from one place to another, that's when they play a lot of these like remixes that you hear. Also in the menus, of course.
Yeah.
Alright, we got the Penguin.
And Pokey and Pirate Wario. I also saw Pirate Wario.
What the fuck?
Dude, that's cool.
That's cool.
I wonder if we're ever gonna see these characters like a year from now, or if it's just gonna be Bowser on every stage.
I swear to God, Bowser's gonna overtake everything.
Bowser's gonna we're gonna come back next week. It's gonna be all Bowser.
No.
It is cool to have the variety.
I fucking love Pink, bro. I know he's like one of the NPCs, whatever, like
from
extra
Galaxy
drivers.
or whatever.
But like, bro, I love this character. I don't know why. He's just so fun.
We've always loved him. I think it's because of Gary's mod, to be honest. Because we have a friend of ours who sticks to Pingu every time. It's his default. It's this or Club Penguin, which is effectively the same character. So it's cool that he's drivable now. Because we've always, when like GBA Snowland or whatever came out, we were just hyped to see him on the map. And now he's like, you could be him.
Now he's playable.
The thing is, though, I feel like that same guy we're talking about, I feel like he's gonna be a Burger Toad main. I don't know. I think it just fits his vibe more, but that's not a discussion for here.
Yeah, it's neither here nor there.
Instead, we're here to talk about this lovely ghost. I also like the trick noises with like a happy thing. Oh look, he did the corner thing. He drove off the where he drove off the corner.
Okay, taking the okay.
Custom. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like those rails where it's just like the obvious way to go. Can you place like bananas on rails and stuff though? Like, can you force people to get off?
Oh, I just don't know. I've never tried that.
Because that would be interesting to know. Yeah. Like, if you could, that's gonna be like so vital. And if you can't, then like, after watching this, there's so many stages where rails are optimal, and if you can't put bananas on them or whatever, like, you just take them every time, you know?
Just gonna have to target them with shells, I don't know.
Yeah.
But even that's hard because it's not like you have to be on the rail with them.
That little back and forth with the sign is so cool, though.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like actually. I mean, he does trick off of it, so probably does get.
No, it was trick, like 3 back-to-back tricks. But I think it only works because they're in such close proximity.
I don't know if it'd be low-key cooler if it was just for style points. Like, you could just do that.
Oh, you could just do that, not to be faster, but to be at the same speed and just look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like in this game, actually, for style points, snaking is not faster, like going side to side and drifting, but it's not slower. So you can do that for style points, like unironically.
Okay, Bowser.
We almost had Pianta. He was right there. He was right there, man.
All right, we got.
But
Alberto.
This is finally Alberto, our first Alberto ghost.
So notice how I just realized. Notice how they're all riding this the like jet ski. Car on the water.
On the water step. So clearly designed for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes sense. Not
right.
super
Yeah, you
sharp.
literally start in the water.
Yeah. Which is kind of crazy. And the lighting is so cool too. I'm glad that like all the the crazy lighting and stuff, like back in the day, the stuff you only saw in the trailer for a game. It's just like not only is it real, but it's like pretty easy for developers to do, as far as I can tell, because they're all doing it now, which is cool. Like,
I will say Nintendo's always been good with like just showing the raw gameplay in their trailers. Like they don't tend to.
Yeah, they don't tend to.
A lot of AAA like
to
do like
anymore, but they did for a while, man. I mean, you look at those Nintendo 64 trailers, compare them to the game.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But dude, like, what the fuck? You're competing against the PS1. Like, you kind of have to.
No, they had to do it. I'm not hounding on them for doing it.
I forgot about it though.
Yeah.
You're so right.
Yeah, you were just kind of. I had to call you out there. I was like, nah. But it was actually cool though, because people have actually. I don't know if you ever saw this, but someone made a mod for Mario Kart 64. Where all the characters are actually like exactly like they were in the trailer, which is a crazy mod because the way they made those visuals is it's actually just it's not even 3D. It's just they have like 5,000 sprites per character or something for every possible angle or position, and they just change it to that sprite, which is insane that they did that. But that means that the guy, when he modded it, he had to do that for every character.
I like how he's like jumping up and down like on
that's great. I do like how active this game is, how you're like constantly drifting, tricking, doing something. I mean, that's what I love about Wii, right? In Wii, you're always wheeling, always drifting, always tricking. You're always doing something, and that's true in this game as well. Whereas there was a lot of times in 8 where you're just driving straight. Like, you don't have anything to do. You're driving straight. You're just sitting there waiting for the action. Whereas in this, he's like on the water and stuff. I mean, I guess right there he drove straight for a little bit, but for the most part, there's kind of like constant activity going on, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, I like when they eat.
Nothing super crazy there outside of obviously being on the water, but no standout moments for me.
Common Birdo L. Because it's the Birdo map.
It's crazy that they have a Birdo map. I don't know, man. Is Birdo like bigger than I think she is? Because I feel like I've never heard of anyone who is big into Birdo.
All right, LBDB Jeff on the 0.002 second lead.
That's actually ridiculous, bro.
Oh my god. I guess it's fitting here. He's trying to look for his peaches. He loves.
That one song in the movie, Peaches.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Or I want to find her at Peach Beach.
This stage is also interesting. Whoa, okay. I was not ready for that. But this stage is interesting because they left in a lot of the open world elements, and if you look like even a little closely, there's like so many ramps that are out of bounds. Or if you don't know, like, you would think you could go there, and then the Lakitu just picks you up like, nah, homie.
I think we're about to see, but I think they transformed this map into a section course.
Oh.
Yeah, they did. There's a new area.
Yeah, but I meant on the right here, which you're not going to see anymore. There's like some ramps and stuff there that I don't think ever get used. But this is cool. I didn't know it did this. I only ever saw lap 1. Oh, you don't take any of the stuff on the left here. You stay low. I guess airtime. Yeah, it's an airtime issue.
Oh, because of this.
Oh, and that too, I guess. That makes some level of sense.
The last lap is like a glider section here. Well,
Yeah,
not the
dude,
whole time,
I've
but-
seen this in a custom stage. I don't remember where, but something where all the roofs on the left and right as you glide through the middle. I saw that this is in a Mario Kart 7 custom stage. Completely forgot the name of it, but it's got like normal ass roads and like a bridge on it. I don't know the name. If anyone knows the name and has watched this far and plays CGP7, let me know the name of that track. I'm kind of curious, but every time I see that section, I'm reminded of it.
Okay, we were talking about like a lot of action going on in this game.
No, not in this. This is the exception of the rule. This was just. I mean, that was about 10 seconds of straight line right there. I felt like.
Like you moving the camera because you can just do that.
I mean, it's cool that the Ghost shows that. You know, in other games it wouldn't like.
I was testing that, like, you can't tell, but I was moving the thing to see if I could interact with the camera, and I can't. It's whatever he does.
You know what's really crazy in this game, though? You know, like, how they added, like, a rewind mode to time trials, which I don't agree with, really? Because it counts times when you use rewind mode,
I forgot about that, yeah,
yeah.
you're right.
Well, for whatever reason, you can rewind, when driving backwards to count laps. Except when you rewind, you move faster than you can normally. So people are getting like lap time trial records by using the rewind feature, which is like it's so like it's a funny gimmick, but I hope they patch it out because that's kind of ridiculous. I also don't think if you rewind ever that your time should count, but maybe that's just me. Like I think it's a useful tool for testing stuff out, trying to learn a jump or whatever. But I think if you ever tap the rewind button for a second, it should just not count toward the leaderboard.
Yeah. Dude, I was always whatever on this map, but I do enjoy the fact that they brought back the Moais from Mario Land of all things.
I don't like that they got rid of the hills though, right here. Like the hills would go so hard in this game.
I mean, it's literally called Desert Hills.
It's called Desert Hills, and there's no hills.
And there's no Angry Sun.
And there's no Angry Sun. I mean,
he's on the picture for the starting line.
Yeah, but it's just
not in the map.
Yeah, he went right through that guy's hand. It's actually pretty neat. But I guess that's the only cool thing you can really show off here, because otherwise, like I said, they got rid of the hills. With the hills, this map becomes a bit more interesting. That they got rid of the hills and just added a few Moais and like tiki torches and called it a day.
Yeah, what?
This is, in my opinion, straight downgrade from either the versions that we had of this.
I mean, the bar wasn't high either. So
yeah, and it fell under. You know, it did a little like limbo under the bar.
I feel like they just have like, you know, they have to pick a desert first. Like.
No, and I don't mind if they just made Desert Hills similar to how it was, but they completely redid it, and in my opinion, in a strictly worse way. Also crazy, that guy got 2 coins.
Yeah.
Are there just no coins on that stage? I didn't even see any, to be honest. I was looking for them halfway through.
I mean, they kind of blend in. It's all yellow.
But they must be so far out of the way.
Whistletop Summit. This one has a decent amount of rails, if I'm not Baby
Daisy. All variants and then the bug. Just chilling there. We even have a few different vehicle choices. Yeah. Tyler.
VF Tyler and the funny text.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see a Baby Daisy in the
This is just a new character. New character unlocked.
I think we saw her one other time.
Well, no record Ghost, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
That's what I was saying. New record Ghost character. We had Pianta, which was crazy. That was cool to see actually. Like no Pyro Warrior though. Oh, that tech. I don't know what you call that tech, but you know how they went like sideways?
Yeah.
I don't know what triggers that exactly, but you can do that deliberately. Dang, this track, you know, when I was saying action, this track is action.
Yeah.
Even on that straightaway, there's just a random rail to trick on. That's cool, the rail side to side. They don't use the sign there to trick on though, I guess it's because it's out of the way. There's like that green sign on the right or whatever. But no, right here or whatever, they're gonna deliberately go sideways. Was it here? Was it the next turn? Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
That's deliberate, they've done that every lap. Like, that's such a wacky... That clearly is unintentional, but it's now a tech that people use. The fact that that is shrimless is nuts, yeah. I mean, giving the people the ability to power jump anywhere just opens up these maps so much, it's crazy.
I think this map's cool. I like that it's like...
Oh, now he used the sign to get onto the train. Dude, that's
the train
sick.
wasn't there to be in the...
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So lap 1, because it wasn't there, he didn't even bother with the sign. But lap 2, he used it just to get onto the train, because that was faster now. That's super cool. I love time trials where there's like stuff like that you have to like interact with, where it changes per lap. Where it's not even necessarily sections, but like just slight alterations.
I do wonder if it's possible to make that gap jump somehow.
Which one?
The one that he just passed, like the big, where it's like the big circle.
I feel like Lakitu probably just comes and gets you, even if he can. Yeah, that was a cool ghost. There was some cool. I don't know how the sideways tech works, but he used it. I think that's the first ghost we've seen that uses that tech. And I think there's a few stages you can use it on, so that's just pretty cool.
That's a really cool one. I do like that map. That map is really nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, DK Spaceport. Alright, let's see some DKs. Or Wario, okay.
Oh no, there's a DK. There's Funny P Wario. No Pirate Wario? Dude, people love Construction Wario, I guess. He's just the character of the day.
Who is he? Play. Alright, play the Wario.
Play Wario, I agree.
No, do not play. Actually, sure, Wario has some good
Wario's chill, bro. Wario's got some good games. He's got a good character, win-win. There ain't no losing. You can't play King Boo. There ain't no King Boo game.
Oh, man.
Would you want there to be one? I guess Luigi's Mansion kind of counts, because that's like...
He's like the main antagonist.
Yeah. But there's not exactly like a Bowser game either.
That's true, there is no Bowser game.
Like he's like the main character in like, well, not main, he's like a very prominent character in Bowser's Inside Story, but it's still Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Which means it's technically a Mario and Luigi game, even though you do play Bowser for like almost exactly half of it.
Can I just say it's kind of crazy that it took this long to get like a map solely based on the
DK barrels? Yeah, no, it's ridiculous, but I'm glad it's here in like pristine HD quality with nice colorful colors and everything.
Yeah.
Like this is really cool. When I saw this for the first time, my jaw I was like, dude, this is sick. And it is sick. I stand by that. They finally made 75M like not suck in whatever they put it in.
That's so true. I didn't think about that.
Because in Smash, that shit is
so bad.
So awful.
Oh, so he's not wall jumping here. This whole section is built.
It's wall jumpable, yeah. But I think it's just the raw airtime makes it slower. Like even though they get tricks, just yeah.
I love how the different sections have.
Oh my god! Did you see that?
Yeah.
Dude, that was so tight.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That actually like, that's timing based too. Or someone starts going faster than him, they'll hit that barrel where he didn't. So he might actually be faster driving slower because he was able to do that. Which is always interesting in time trials. I love when shit like that happens. If it's egregious, I don't like it. When it's like oh, Alberto, he's back.
Oh yeah.
And Cole.
And there's Wario.
Yeah. Cole was the one and only Wario. So this is the Alberto one we watched at a time. Because I knew I saw his name before. I didn't know what we watched. And so this is pre-watch, but you'd think on this stage there's nothing. And you'd be pretty close to right.
I know we keep seeing Bowser, but I feel like this is fitting for this map. Him in that specific outfit too, like he's just partying down at the Koopa rave.
Yeah.
Really interesting direction they took with this map, just making it like almost like EDM kind of like.
I mean, I just think it's really cool that we have not only Mario Kart songs, but like almost every Mario related song in a completely new style officially. Because obviously fans have been doing stuff like this for forever, but we've never had Nintendo like deviate really from the original kind of intent of a song. So it's really cool having, especially because the quality will just be higher when Nintendo has, probably put millions of dollars into this game to get the soundtrack the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the cut right there, which is super cool, right? In other games, you wouldn't even think to do that. But in this game, you can just hop over a nice little corner like that. And that's pretty much all there is to the stage. It's the only standout thing. Otherwise, it's just a giant loop. It's like the baby park of this game, except that does baby park even exist here? Or is this actually the baby park?
Baby park
so this is the baby park of the game.
Which is fine. I mean,
but yeah, it'd be kind of
at least
annoying to have another actual baby park, at least initially. What would be cool is if this game gets like updates, dude. I would pay like in 8. It took me a while to be convinced to buy the 8 booster pass, but in this game, it's a pretty easy sell. I'd be pretty easily sold if they started like remastering all the tracks in this, because they remaster them. They're not the original. Like it's such a, it's so cool to see these variants outside of the Choco Mountain one, where they kind of
speaking of remastered.
Yeah, we got a whole ass actual like dinosaur.
Moo Moo.
The cow, dude. We almost had the spiny.
Luigi.
It's actually crazy. We haven't seen Luigi, but yeah, everyone loves the cow.
Alright, we got
cool. There's one ghost where he was holding out. Bowser hasn't made his way here yet.
Yeah, he hasn't crashed the party. Get out of the way, cow!
It is so funny though how the cow has become like the Funky Kong of this game, where everyone loves him.
It's just, it's nice that there's a character like that everyone can rally behind.
Well, they also just did such a good job with his animations and stuff to make him as goofy as possible.
Dude, I love his idle animation when you're on the selection. You can be there. I didn't even know about that. That's cool.
That is cool.
But no, when you're selecting him, he's just doing a fucking walk, bro. He's just like vibing. It's so funny.
That grass cut was kind of nasty because he used the mushroom and then like charged up a jump to like make a cut possible that wouldn't have been possible otherwise.
Dude, this map is cool. Like the redesign, just making it like
actual dinosaurs.
New
like,
dinosaurs.
That's really clean.
Just, like, yeah.
Yo, off the leg? You see that? That was crazy.
And then they made it a fucking lab, like this is like a Jurassic Park like kind of reference.
Yeah. It's
it
really
already kind of
cool.
was, but they went
No, but
all
you see
in.
that right there? I don't think he jumped off anything. He just shroomed, charged a jump, and then used the jump to clear the grass. Like that's super cool. Like there's probably a lot of cuts that aren't like the time trial optimal cut, but it's like when you have the mushroom and you're just actually racing. Like sometimes you get them suboptimal cuts. Dude, off the tail too. These are like so time specific. Like that tail trick only happens if the tail is right there at that time. If the guy's walking at that exact like moment.
He moves. Yeah, he like actively.
Yeah, and he did one off the dinosaur's leg, one off the tail. If you did that off his arm or something there, I'd pop off.
There used to be a that changed too. There used to be a pit in that area, no? Like a big pit.
Yeah, with the glider section.
Oh look, and he moved to the right.
This was like the most dynamic ghost we watched, where every lap was like a little bit different. It was really cool. I mean,
yeah.
I didn't say much, but it was just cool. I was watching. I was just spectating. Yeah, is this the last one? The great question mark. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, here we go. Great question mark block ruins.
Oh yeah, this was the daisy.
Wow, she's a big lead. 0.4 second. Dude, we almost had a fish record to watch. That would have been sick. But dude, look at that lead. 0.4 is insane. This guy's got to do something crazy. Let's say it.
I love the Waluigi.
Wait, what's his name? Spezzy?
Yeah, Spezzy.
Let's see what Spezzy's cooking up.
Yeah, this map is like the infamous one with all the cliffs, I feel. At the fucking rail
there's a lot of crazy tech on this map. A lot of it which I still don't even think is being used by the time trials. But this starting cut is insane. Straight onto the rail is even crazier. But right here on this turn, you can actually go on the inside of that turn and wall ride, and I think it's technically faster, but it's like super imprecise. Like I've seen a clip of it. You can wall ride the inside wall of that turn. This is insane. I don't know if this was intentional. Like, it might have been, but it's insane if it is. It's insane regardless of if it is or isn't intentional. But the fact
like,
that you just jump off the map and like touch the bottom corner of the rings, and Lakitu doesn't grab you there.
Yeah.
In every other game, Lakitu grabs you there, even if it was technically possible to do. But in this game, there's like, let him cook. But because it's all airborne, this is just, you need to do this every time, because otherwise you lose. Like, you can't banana that cut. You can banana any of this that you see in here, but this right here, you cannot put a banana here.
No shot.
Like, that is a guaranteed cut every single time. If you're not doing it, you're losing. Which is kind of crazy, because maybe it's not as technical as it looks, but it looks kind of nuts to like pull off. Like, it looks somewhat precise. But it's unblockable. That's the thing with a lot of these. I'm really curious if they're unblockable, because that would really, I don't know, ruin the sanctity of races if there's like certain cuts that are like ultra difficult, like, you know, you basically have to like lab 100 hours. No, when you can block them, it's good, because it means the non-technical people can just throw a banana there and keep up, you know? The guy who never played Mario Kart before, if someone else puts banana there, he doesn't have to think about it. Whereas when it's unblockable, you just need to know how to do it, which sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty cool finale. I mean, this was definitely one of the better showcases in this whole time trial thing. And that's about all there is to it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching these as much as we did. Pretty cool to have these all archived, you know, the week 1 records and all that. And let us know if you want us to come back and do this in the future. I'm definitely not opposed to seeing how this evolves, like a few months from now or something.
Maybe like a month from now, yeah, we can see how much it's changed.
And then we do one at a year. We do the week 1, month 1, year 1.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Have a great rest of your day. And make sure you go sub to the Boo King. I don't know if he's ever gonna post. I mean, are you? I think he's hanging up the YouTube hat for now.
I don't know, man. It's
either way, yeah. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever. Bye bye.